Hello everyone, it's Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how I do my manicure for the New Year's Eve party. The idea is to have a very nice glam manicure, nothing too sparkly but elegant and chic. So for today's manicure I have chosen this color. As you can see here, it's kind of like a white, pearly white color. It's got a little bit of pink hues in it, but nothing too much. So it's literally, I would call it just pearly white color. I would also want to do kind of like a muted French. I'm not a nail technician, so I don't know whether actually such a thing exists, but this is what I'm calling it. And because I want to do that, I've also got this white nail polish, which is actually just literally white. So I think it's gonna be the perfect white for the French tips. And also because it's kind of like a mini nail polish, so you can see if I put it next to this other one, you will see that it's quite a smaller, and even the brush is also smaller and narrower, which I will show you in a minute while I'm doing my French tips. But because it's got a smaller brush, so again I think it's gonna be a good one to use for the French tips. And also I've got my trustworthy top coat as always. You have also noticed that I haven't put any base coat here to use, and the reason is that because the nail polish that I'm using has got some kind of nail treatment in it as well. Actually, I wouldn't call it nail treatment. I would say it's more like nail strengthening or nail hardening. So if you have watched my previous video, which was doing like the perfect nail polish, you have seen that I used a base coat which was actually a nail treatment as well. So I quite like using the products which are multitasker. It just gives you more benefit without spending more time. So this one that I'm using today, it's got like nail hardening in it, which is actually quite a good product. And so I wanted like a straight on my nails rather than putting another base coat. And also because it's a very light color, it's not gonna stain my nails, and so I don't really need to have a base coat. And if I put it directly, apply it directly on my nails, I get the benefits as well. I have also already removed my previous nail polish, and you can see my nails are nice and clean without anything on them, no hand cream or anything, so they are quite nice and clean. So gonna go ahead with the first coat, which is, as I just mentioned, both base coat and also the first coat of the actual color. So I'm gonna also do another video for you to show you how I plan my outfit for the New Year's Eve party, and in that video you will also see why I've chosen this color as for my manicure for the New Year's Eve. So stay tuned for that video. And also, as I always mention, the first coat of the color that you put on your nails, it's more to give them the shape, and it's to get the shape correct and nice. So it's not so much about the color, it's more about the shape. And if you do that nicely, then the second coat of the polish is going to be actually quite easy to do. So just putting the last one. Here we go. I'm now going to show you the first coat. You can see here it's very kind of glass-like, and it kind of goes with the trend of soap nails as well, but it's pearly. You can see, I think, the pink hue more now that I've put the first layer on. Not on that hand, it's only on this hand. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other hand as well, and also I will give it a bit of time to dry. So the first coat of the polish is now completely dried. You can see the color now, but obviously this is only one coat, but you can see the pearl effect and also the pink hue that I was talking about earlier. Now, rather than doing the usual thing of going with the second coat, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do the French tip. So I'm gonna use this white nail polish, and I'm actually gonna show you the tip that I was talking about. You can see it's quite narrow tip, but it's perfect for doing French tip. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm just literally gonna go freehand and do a very narrow French tip, because I wanna still keep it very chic and stylish, and I think having it narrow is much nicer. So that's that one. Let me do another one and I will show you. I actually realize that my nails are quite long at the moment, but it's okay. So just a narrow white French tip, and I just try to make the edges straight with the brush. Keep it simple and natural. Okay, here you go. I did this one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest. I will show you at the end. This brush is making it actually very easy to do, even though that it's not specifically like designed for this. It's just a mini nail polish, to be honest, but I just found it quite useful. Also, sometimes when brands do mini or a smaller version of their nail polishes, most of the time they actually keep the brush as the standard brush size, which is great if you just want to use it as normal nail polish. It's actually a good thing that they do, but obviously if you've got a wider brush, you're just gonna make it a little bit harder to do the French tip. Another one. So these two are the ones that I've done. Again, just gonna continue. Obviously, if you've got one of those French polish, like I want to say device, but it's not really a device. You know, those type of kind of sponges that you can use to do your French tips. If you've got one of those, obviously you can always use those. And also if you want to go with a different color, so I could, like for this nail polish that I'm using now, I think if I also was going to go with a nice light pink color, because of the pink hue in the actual polish, I think that would be also nice, but I'm just trying the white for now, so we'll see how that will look at the end. And this is my little finger, so just doing it, just doing the edges, and I'm keeping it narrow, even though my nails are quite long, but I think it's still fine if I go with a narrow tip. So I've done one of my hands now. I'm gonna show you. 4 fingers. I've also got the thumb, but you can see better with these 4 fingers. It's actually quite nice, I think. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my other hand now. Okay, so I did the French tip on my other hand as well, and I gave it a bit of time. You can see here it's actually quite nice now, even though that I've got my nails quite long, and you can see, which I'm not sure, you might not be able to see it in the video, but I can see the tip of my nail, and then the French tip is narrower, but I think it's still a nice graduation of color. So I'm actually quite happy with how it looks right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second coat of the main color, which was this beautiful pearly white. And as always, just gonna do like a normal coat, normal second coat on the nail all over, also on the French tip. So I'm gonna did one nail, I'm gonna do the other nail and show you how it looks. So again, because I've done the first coat of the main color for the shaping, the second coat is very nice and easy. Alright, so I'm gonna show you these two. So this one now has got the second coat. This one still hasn't got the second coat, that's only the first coat. So you can see the difference is very minor, but you can still see the tip, the French tip, but again it's not a very obvious French tip, hence why I was saying earlier that this is to me like kind of like a muted French polish. So I'm just gonna go ahead, do the other nails, and then I'll show you again once I've got all of them done. As I have mentioned before, I don't give the details of the products and the brands that I'm using, but if you're interested to know the detail, just let me know in the comments below and I will give you more details of any of the products that I use and you're interested in. Just let me know in the comments. And gonna go ahead and do the last nail on this hand. Okay, nice. Let's have a look. Now I've done this hand completely. I'm just gonna move away my other hand, but yeah, you can see how nice it is. So you can see that the tip is a little bit whiter, but it's not a big contrast, which I think is actually quite nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other hand now. Okay, the second coat of the polish that I did on the French tip is also dried now. You can see the color much better now. You can see that pink hue and the pearl effect of the polish much more, which is quite nice, and also that kind of muted French tip, which is not very obvious, but it is there, and there is a bit of different color at the tips, which makes them nicer. Now the last step is, as always, to do the top coat, and simply I'll just go ahead and apply a layer of top coat on all the nails, which is gonna seal all the layers of the nail polish that we applied on our nails, and just gonna make them shinier and nicer, and also make the surface much more even. So this finger I've now applied the top coat. This one I haven't, so you can see a little bit of difference there. That's much shinier. I go ahead and apply it on all of my nails. So here we are. I finished the top coat on both my hands, and you can see how beautiful this manicure is. I'm actually quite in love with this. I know it was gonna be nice and glam, but it's really nice now. I do like it. It's so beautiful. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching me doing this glam manicure, and I hope that I've inspired you to do yours at home. Let me know in the comments below if you've done yours and what you think about it. But here it is, our New Year's Eve glam manicure. See you next time. Bye.